It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And we
I
are
know.
here where we are. Yeah. I don't know what the ratio, the patient-doctor ratio now is, but already we don't have enough. You would say something and somebody's like, why are you saying it like that? In Nigerian, a place where you see, I think, every disease condition under the sun. Sometimes I wish we had a back door here so I could escape. Hello friends, this is James of the thejumzb. Thank you for stopping by and you're welcome. So in today's video, I have someone very special, someone who I consider to have great poise and character, very humble, very kind, very intelligent. She's also God-fearing, and she's a woman of excellence. In fact, very recently, she was bestowed with the Distinguished Fellowship at the AULA, that's African Women's Leadership Academy. And I mean, she's doing great things in her field. Quick story. So a few years ago, when she came to Nigeria, someone told me that, well, my uncle told me that, oh, she was the CEO of a certain industry. She'll come and, blow her own trumpet. Let me just help her do it a little bit, okay? So she said she was the CEO of a certain, industry. And I'm like, oh, CEO, oh, that's lovely, that's nice. So I didn't quite understand the enormity of that role until I got to Ghana. And I'm like, yeah, I was sitting with a whole CEO of this industry and I didn't know. And it's a pleasure and such an honor to have her sit on our couch. Well, it's her couch, but yeah. But be on our channel today. And I hope it's a beautiful interview and I hope you learn a thing or two. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview. All right, guys, you're welcome back. And with me is Dr. Juliana Oye Ame.
Nice to have you on our couch.
To be here. Nice to be
But
here.
fun fact, she's a very strong subscriber. Let's put it that way.
I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Yes.
So tell us, you're a medical doctor.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what's your specialty?
Pediatrics.
Okay.
So I'm a children's doctor.
So, and you're also the CEO of somewhere.
Yes, I'm also the CEO of the Trust Hospital. Yeah.
Wow.
Company Limited.
How long have you been the CEO for?
This is my 5th year.
So how's it been so far?
Oh, interesting, tumultuous, stressful, a huge learning curve. Interesting, and it has built me up in a lot of ways. When I came in October 2019, and I came in as the first ever CEO of this company. Oh. Because the previous people who had been here were general managers of the parent company. And so they just created this portfolio. And so I'm the first ever CEO. Oh, wow. And the first ever woman to head this organization. Oh, amazing. Yes. So we'll be 50 years old next year. 50? Yes. Really? And wow. Yes. And I'm the first woman to be here in this position. Oh. That came with a lot of pressure. People wanted to see what I could do. All eyes were on me. And then the dreaded COVID struck, 2020. And that was a very difficult time to head a hospital with all the problems of COVID. Wow. People stopped coming to hospital. Everybody was scared and so on and so forth. And so we powered through COVID by God's grace. And things became stable, I would say, in 2022. Okay. And so since 2022, it's been good. Okay. Everything is going up in the right direction. As it should. As it should. As it should. It's been interesting, learning a lot. Wow. As a doctor, you are sort of confined to just taking care of people and your patients. Yeah. But this is a business side of hospital care. So I'm much more a business executive now, as opposed to just being a doctor, a children's doctor. Yeah. So it's been challenging working with people You know, it's people business, it's a service industry. So you're working with people, all sorts of people. So you have to learn to work with people. People are interesting, like, you know.
Yes.
They are varied.
Very interesting.
They don't have formula. You can't know.
As you see it, you take it like
As you
that.
see it, you take it like that. And you know, somebody comes in having a bad day, you know, you have to be ready to listen to the person.
Yes.
And people have all sorts of problems, from child problems, marriage problems, financial problems, all sorts of problems. So
you have to listen to
you have
all.
to listen to all, and you have to learn to work with people as a team. And then money matters too. We all know how the economy went after COVID. You have to grapple with the finances. And sometimes I wish we had a back door here so I could escape. Because sometimes when some of our creditors come, you have to, you know, find some middle ground.
Yes.
About how
so
we're
everybody
going to,
will be happy at the end of the day.
Exactly. And we also have to go after those who are owing us. So it's a real rat race. Sometimes you are going after people who are also coming after you. And
serious.
It's also, it's been very interesting.
Yes.
It's been
I
very
like the word interesting.
Yes. And you know, everything technologically, you know, things have changed. The world is now more techy.
Yes.
Since COVID.
Yes.
And some of us had to learn fast about techie things, having meetings, sometimes online meetings, with your staff, your team, other people, all sorts of things. So it's been interesting.
I like that the interesting is all encompassing. So many, the good, the bad, the ugly is all interesting.
And the taste of patience too has changed. You get it? Because some time ago, people didn't mind coming to spend the whole day here. But now we are learning to be more respectful of people's time, because now time is money. People don't have time. And COVID taught us that we don't have to be physically present to get everything we need. Like you can online, you order your food, everything. You do your bank payments, everything. So we are having to try and automate our processes to also be okay for the generation
for
now.
what is happening now.
And everybody wants things now.
Nobody
not like
has
before.
time to wait.
Nobody has time to wait. Nobody has time to wait. So we are learning, and we are trying to tailor our services to meet the needs of a very busy generation. And we had to include things like telemedicine, so people can call in for a consultation. You know, we are trying to do home deliveries and so on and so forth. Home deliveries, not delivery labor, but
yes. I totally understand.
Delivery of medicines and those things.
Take it to the person. Yes. I totally understand.
So we are learning a lot. We are learning a lot. Yes.
Well, that's beautiful. So, where did you have your first degree?
I had my first degree in Nigeria, Ahmadu Bello University, ABU.
Zaria.
Yes, Faculty of Medicine, ABU Zaria.
Wow.
Yes.
What took you there?
I can even remember my matric number, U90 MD 1066. That's my registration.
Serious?
Yes.
What took you there?
My dad went to work in Nigeria, so we followed him, and I spent the better part of my life growing up there.
Oh, really? But you were born in Ghana?
I was born in Ghana.
Okay.
And then we went to the UK, and after the UK, we came to Nigeria. We're actually on our way to Ghana, but I think there was a coup. So we had to settle in Nigeria. And that settling took many years, you know.
For you to have finished university.
You know, they have to finish this one. Oh, then something comes, oh, let's finish secondary school. Then, oh, uni has come, let's finish uni. So we did uni in Zaria.
Wow. Your dad is also a medical doctor.
Yes. Wow. He's an ENT surgeon. He's a retired ENT surgeon.
I know your mom too is she in the medical field?
Yes, she's a retired dental therapist. Yes.
It's all a family of
yes. And my husband is also a medical doctor, obstetrician gynecologist. And my brother, I have one brother. I have no sister. I have one brother. He's also an obstetrician gynecologist. And he's also married to an obstetrician gynecologist.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow, wow, that's
yes,
amazing.
yes. And
That's
my
amazing.
daughter is now in medical school as well.
You know
So
the drill. Wow, wow, that's
so
so amazing.
it's really interesting. It's
Wow.
really interesting,
How was
yes.
it in Nigeria?
Very interesting. You had to force, you had to be a go-getter because there are so many people gunning or competing for whatever it is you are looking for. So it makes you very focused, very forceful, and pushy. Sometimes
Mm,
people think I'm a bit pushy, but it's because of the orientation
I
that I've
see.
had.
I
Yes,
see.
yes, yes.
I
And I got
see.
a very good medical education. I never knew it was that good. But every day as I work now, when people bring up certain things, I'm like, oh, I already know this. And they're like, how do you know? I said, this medical school. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yes, we were taught this in medical school. So more and more, I've come to realize that I did go to a very good school.
So you did your housemanship and everything in Zaria?
Yes, I did my housemanship in Zaria. Reason being that I wanted to be able to practice in Nigeria,
Oh,
knowing that I would
true.
leave,
Yeah.
it would enable me to practice there. So I did my housemanship in Zaria. After medical school, some of my classmates were looking for other places to do
Yeah.
their housemanship, but I just stayed put in Zaria. It's a place where you see, I think, every disease condition under the sun. The volumes of patients are so high. So after you go through your training there, you've virtually seen just
Everything.
about everything.
So yeah, yeah, you are well rounded.
Seen the bad, good, the bad, and the ugly. So
Wow.
it was a very good learning ground. I had good teachers, good colleagues too. It was really fun. A lot of work actually because you
Mm.
will do the work. I remember doing house job. You are thrown into an accident scene, and
Oh.
you just have to. Well, they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You are the doctor. Come and suture. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doctor, what do you need? You need this. Okay, and they'll just leave you. So it's like you and the patient with the
Uh,
materials to work with. Of course, you had supervision, but they made sure that you did the work.
but being where you are now,
Mm.
can you leave a junior doctor or someone doing housemanship like that now in today's
In
time?
today's time, because of all the medical legal issues,
Yes.
I bet you.
And aside from that, and the how do I put it without sounding offensive, how good they are,
Hmm. Okay.
how yes
So
they are all
so
doctors, but
uh-huh.
how how sound the person is. Do you think you can live
So it depends. It depends on the capability
of
of the
the
doctor you're working with.
okay?
Okay. I think in our time it was a lot more hands-on. It
I
was a lot
see.
more hands-on. So we had actually started doing a lot of procedures as medical students.
Hey,
Yes. So on
wow.
graduation, it wasn't so strange. But I realized that nowadays, because of all the medical legal issues, people are a
Mm-hmm.
bit more careful about exposing new doctors to some
Yeah.
of these
But they
things.
also say if you don't expose them, how would they learn? That's what I've
Exactly.
heard. Because
So it's important to
you
get
have
your
to put them.
experience
Yes.
early. It's important to get your experience early. Of course, the supervision is there,
Yes.
but they are not
Yes.
going to be physically with you all through because there's so much work. In the casualty, there's so much work. So they are around seeing all the cases, but you have to start. And then they come and they look and see whether what you've done is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it made us grow up very quickly and gain confidence
Very
very
quickly.
quickly.
Would you
Yeah.
say that schooling in Nigeria played a huge role in how you are today? Or
Yes. Yes, I will. I would say that it played a huge role. Things were difficult at a point, and there were lots of issues. Things like the power crisis. Sometimes the amenities
mm,
were not there.
mm,
They were supposed to be there, but
mm,
for one reason or the other, they were
mm,
not there. So we learned to make do with what we had. We learned to improvise. We learned to think on our feet. We learned to thrive in a very tough environment. And so that has shaped me to be the person that I am. Okay, so when we were in medical school, we did it for the love of the job, and it's framed how we think as doctors, okay? And now we see the young people monetizing medical care, and some of us didn't grow up that way. So I'll say yes. To a large extent, it has made me the doctor that I am.
So in all, how many years did you spend? Do you remember?
In medical school?
No, in Nigeria. Oh, in medical school. Okay, for you to ask, in medical school, yes.
Yes. I spent almost 10 years because of strikes and other things. Yes. And I spent
for 6 years, yes?
Yes. And I spent 22 years in Nigeria.
I didn't know it was that long.
It was that long.
I was just calculating, university, okay, maybe some 7 years. And 22
years. So it kept going on and on and on and on and on until we finished house job, went to work a bit in Kano.
Were your parents still?
They were still in Nigeria. And so after a couple of years as a medical officer in Kano, I came back to Ghana.
Well, do you speak Hausa?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Inaji Hausa.
But how do you keep up? I mean, who do you speak with now?
So there are some of our patients who speak Hausa. So sometimes we get to speak Hausa. Actually, I had to learn Hausa the hard way because I always used to have an interpreter in medical school. So I would get an interpreter, and the interpreter would, of course, interpret. Then sometimes you would go for exams, and then the interpreter would be commiserating with the patient, and your time is going. So if you had like a burns case and you want to ask, oh, what happened? You would be like, hey, oh, sorry. So how are you coping? All those things. And then my time to go. I need to go. My time, my history. You don't mean it. How are you coping? Financially. Oh yeah, sorry. We are in pain. And I'm like, no, I must learn this language. That is
some determination for you to have learned that.
I must learn it
I can't
for
continue
myself.
Like this.
I must learn it. So I started interacting with the patients. Of course, it sounded funny at first, but they appreciated the effort, and then I started. Hausa is such a beautiful language.
Yeah, I know.
It's such a beautiful language. And here it has also served me well. Sometimes I go to the market, and some of the sellers are northerners who have migrated maybe from Kano and others. So they speak the Hausa.
So you're able to,
so I'm able to interact.
So I like the fact that you still use the language.
Hausa I enjoy it. I enjoy speaking.
What other languages do you speak?
Well, I speak Tree. Not very good Tree because I came to learn most of it here. But I speak Tree. My mom is Fanti, so I speak Fanti. And I think that's about it. That's about it. My guy is very stunted. I think I just haven't put in enough effort. Yes, I haven't put in enough effort, but I would love to learn how to speak Ga.
But did your parents used to speak Chui or Fanti to you?
They always used to have debates and arguments because my father is a Kwapim and my mother is Fanti, and when she would speak his Fanti.
And I heard there's a Kwapim Chui, right?
Yes, and he would say that she's not saying the things properly. That's all this fancy way of speaking the language is not what he is ready for. So it was always a lot of arguments, and so they never spoke to us because when she would speak, he would tell her that's not the correct thing. And when he would speak, she too would say no. So
it was just English.
But they were speaking to themselves. They were speaking to themselves.
So did you pick anything as a day?
Yes, I did pick. Pick. But of course I couldn't speak.
Wow. So it was when you came back to Ghana that you started building your Chui.
I started speaking my Chui and so on and so forth, and my Fanti.
How was it, integrating back into a society that you left over 2 decades ago?
It was challenging.
Because I know you would have been Nigerianized at that point in
Exactly,
time.
exactly. And sometimes you would say something, and somebody's like, why are you saying it like that? Are you Nigerian? And I'll be like, no, but I've lived there. And they say, oh, don't say it like that. This is how we say it, And I had to adjust. But it
Uh-huh.
helped having family around, relatives around.
Yeah.
We had been coming sometimes over the years, and so they were around, so it helped me
Okay.
to integrate into society. They would take me around. Oh, this is Kwame Nkrumah
Mm-hmm.
Mausoleum, this is Independence Square, and they would give me that history. And also I think church too, because
Mm-hmm.
church has a branch in Ghana.
Ghana.
So that transition made it easier. I already had
Yeah.
like a church family and everything. But I found assimilating, it wasn't so difficult. It wasn't so
Mm.
difficult before all this social media and
Mm.
iPhones and
Mm.
smartphones and things. In At the time, there were lots of human interactions, a lot of social interactions. So it was not difficult.
It
And
was not.
Ghanaians, we are welcoming
Mm-hmm.
and kind,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't difficult. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
difficult.
So I hear that you're not. I hear I've actually tasted it, but let's just pretend like I've not tasted it. I hear that your ogbono bangs, according to the 21st century babies. It bangs.
It
So it
bangs. That's what
bangs.
they
That's what
say.
they'll say. It bangs. That means it's so sweet. It's nice.
Yes, yes,
So did
yes,
you learn it in
yes. I learned.
Nigeria
I
or?
learned. I learned quite a few dishes from my classmates,
I
both male and
see.
female. I
I
had a male
see.
classmate who liked cooking,
Uh
and he had the patience
huh.
to take me through.
I like that.
So
He
he
had
would,
patience.
show me, this is how I do
Yeah.
it, and this, and we add this crayfish, and this is how we do it, and hair. So I learned some in school, but I think
Mm-hmm.
I refined it in marriage.
Uh
I think I refined
huh.
it in marriage because my husband is a swallows guy. He's not into rice and
And all those
spaghetti and
things.
those things. He may eat it out of politeness, but
Uh,
he's a swallows
so you
guy.
had to
So you have
learn.
to learn the swallows things, the
Of course,
soups.
you guys met in
In
Nigeria.
Nigeria, we met in Kano. After my house job, I did a few years as a medical officer in Kano, and
Mm.
so we met there. Yes, and I told him, "Hey, I'm on my way out. If you are interested, you can come. If not,
Did you ever
we have to."
consider settling in Nigeria with your
Oh, my
husband?
father had made it clear. My father had made it clear that my time up was up.
Your time or his time?
My time.
Oh wow! I thought it was his time.
No,
Oh
that my
wow!
time was up.
So did he
Like,
have a choice?
yes, yes.
Marriage or not? Yeah.
Or not. Like, he had a contract. His
Mm-hmm.
job was to educate me. He had finished educating me, and so he was going to take me back home, so that
Away.
whoever was interested would
Yeah.
come and pick me from my home,
Oh,
as he put
oh,
it.
okay. Oh, I think
Mhm.
I understand. I think I
Uh-huh.
understand.
So that was it. So I had to tell my husband that, hey, my time is up. I'm leaving. If you're interested, we can continue this conversation. If not, we have to part ways.
Wow. So quickly tell us how you were able to get here from someone who just finished her house job and then probably didn't have a job. I mean, you were
Yes,
just coming into a new country, let's put it that way.
yes.
How did you rise through the ranks to get to where you are today?
See, at the risk of sounding very religious, I will still say it's God.
It's
It's the
easy.
grace of God. And when I tell
That's so
people
beautiful.
that, some people actually even get upset. They're like, so what are you saying? Are you saying that we are not
I don't know why people
religious, or
like
we
to
are
think
not,
things the
or
other
we are not
way.
spiritual? I mean, like, how can you tell? We're asking
Well,
you a serious
well,
question, and this is what you are
well.
you are coming up with. I mean, tell us something more intelligent, something more meaningful.
Mm,
I mean, how can you say we are thinking, we are scientists, we have asked you questions? This is where you are also going
make
to.
una no vex.
But it's God,
It's good.
and it's hard work. I think the work ethic in Zaria really taught me how to work. we worked so hard during our house job years. That's something that sort of followed me and has followed me all through my working life. So when I came here, work was not a big deal.
But
I
was it
was
a
not
big deal
afraid of
getting a
work.
job?
At the time, in 2003, it wasn't difficult getting a job because we were not that many. Were not that many, and
Uh-huh.
so it was easier, much easier than it is now. Though we still had to write professional
Yeah,
exams, yes, but it wasn't as tough as it is now. One, we had to do some private practice to keep body and soul together,
together.
and I waited for about, I'll say, probably about 3 months before I got a job. I got a job in Kolebu and started working there. It was because we're not many. The work was a lot and tedious, very very tedious. But it made us better doctors, and I entered the postgraduate almost immediately
Where did you do that?
in Kolebu,
Ah,
in
okay,
Kolebu
okay.
Teaching Hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh,
So I
okay.
did my postgraduate in pediatrics there,
Wow,
and I
nice.
learned a lot because it was a lot of work as well. And yeah, so basically it's been work, work, work. And I was posted out of Kolebu to go to the Ghana Health Service up somewhere around 2006, 2007. And I mean, whatever work we were given, we did.
Yeah.
And we went out of our way to do even what we're not given.
Hmm.
And I think this caught the eye of some of our bosses.
I
And
see.
they were like, oh, when you call Julie, she will never say no. And then it would be like,
Wow.
oh, okay, I have a meeting here, can you represent me? And I'm like, I don't know anything about administration or meetings or those things. And they would be like, oh, just go and just sit there, tell them that you are representing me, and then bring me the feedback. And
At
that's
that time,
how.
you were just a pediatrics
Then I
doctor.
was just a pediatrics doctor,
Wow.
and I used to tell people I'm not cut out for all of this administration, and I'm
Look,
not.
look at
I
God.
just I just want to just face my
Well,
patients. That's all. And then my boss kept on giving me more opportunities, more work, and then he would go on leave and leave the hospital for me to be in
hey,
charge of. Hey, hey,
serious?
dear,
Oh?
hey, very very serious. I'm like, how can I even? I mean, and he was like, no, you can do it, and he used to have a nickname for me. He called me Russian tank. That I'm like a
Hey,
Russian tank.
is
i'm
that so?
i'm built and I work like a Russian
Wow,
tank,
I can
and he's
imagine.
sure that I can bulldoze my way through any situation. I should not worry, that he's just a phone call away. So okay, so he used to go for brief periods. Then he started getting comfortable with me, going for months
I
and
like that.
stuff. And I was
He
like,
got comfortable.
I said, no, this cannot continue. So I was just one day, I think I came to discuss something with him in his office, and then there was another, senior health person there, and they just then he just pointed me, oh, she can do it. And I said, I can do what? And then they were like, I should sit down. I said, what are they conspiring about, that
Mm,
I'm not ready for any of their administrative or political? They said, oh, you can do it. She can, in fact, she can do it, she
she
will do
can do
it.
what?
And I was like, so they said, oh, there's a new hospital and we're looking for someone to head it and all of that. And I said, no, I didn't bargain for this. I just
You
came
actually
here.
said no.
Yes, I said I just came to work as a
Wow.
pediatrician. I'm not going to be doing all this.
You
Then
actually didn't have interest in,
no, no,
heading.
no.
Let's put
But
it.
but whatever I was asked to do,
You do
I do as a
definitely, yeah.
dutiful daughter. I think my upbringing to my
Uh
father's upbringing.
huh.
So I don't know how to refuse work.
Yeah.
So, and he said, no, look, I'm not well. Do you want me, emotional blackmail? He said, look, I'm not well. Do you want me to go there and die? Anything can happen to me. Is that what you would want? And I said, no. They said, help me do it, because they want me to go and I can't go. So help me to go. And I said, okay, I'll go and think about it. So when I got home and I told my husband, he was like, oh, I should give it a try. After all, maybe an opportunity. You never can
True. You
tell.
never know.
You never can tell. Just give it a try and see. So I grudgingly called and I said, "Oh, I would accept." And they were so overjoyed. The way they were so overjoyed, it made me think again, like, these people, something they this place.
They are seeing something you probably are not seeing.
So I went there and I stayed there for 7 years.
Wow.
That was Lekma Hospital. And I
Uh,
went through a lot of battles, a lot of challenges. And then after that, I said to myself that there were no more lands to conquer. And then I saw an advert and I said, okay, let me apply for it. And that led me to this position.
wow, you actually applied for it.
Yes, I saw it in the newspapers.
Is that so?
Yes. I was reading
Wow.
the news. I had been complaining, and my husband said,
Wow.
"Look, you always complaining. See these adverts in the papers,
Oh,
just like
that's
that. The paper,
amazing, oh.
don't you think you can do it? Apply for this." And then,
Wow.
yes, so I applied. There was no name.
Mm.
They didn't name.
Oh, they
It was just
just
like a reputable private
private hospital.
hospital is looking for a chief
So you didn't even
executive.
know what you were applying for. You just
I just applied.
serious. So wow.
I just
Wow, that's
applied.
amazing.
I
That's
just applied
amazing.
and then called for the interview, did my best at the interview,
Wow.
and I was taken for this
That's
position.
amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. I'm still just thinking about how it's like every other, young doctor is leaving the country. Both
Hmm.
Ghana and Nigeria, they are all
Hmm.
leaving. You go to Nigeria now, there are no doctors.
Hmm.
They've all
All the
gone. It's only probably the older ones. Even the middle age, maybe those in their 30s, 40s, they've all gone.
they've gone.
So it's maybe the older ones that have seen life, they've
Hmm.
been there, they've done that, they're still,
Hmm.
I'm not going anywhere. So
Hmm.
what do you think, can be done better? Because it looks like
Hmm.
the grass
It's
is
greener.
greener on the other
Hmm.
side.
I think the welfare of doctors needs to be looked at more. Our working conditions needs to be looked at more. And so if we take care of our doctors, they will stay. And if we give them career opportunities,
Yes.
nowadays everybody wants to develop.
Yeah.
And so opportunities for career development are out there. You want to work in an environment where everything you read about is what you see, like the equipment.
Yeah.
You don't have to chew and pause some
Hmm.
things because the
It's right there.
gadgets are right there. So doctors want that. They want better working conditions. They want to have the equipment for their surgeries and everything, and the infrastructure, and they want their welfare taken care of as well. We all go to the same market, and our kids all go to the same
In schools,
schools.
yes.
And after working so hard, you want a better future for your children. And if
Yes.
if where you are working, that cannot be guaranteed, then you go out and work for your children to be something, and then they can return.
Your story is it's quite in depth and very, very interesting and enlightening as well. Like
Mm.
I'm so proud to know
Oh,
you.
oh, it's
I'm
good to
so
be
proud.
here.
I
It's
know.
good
I'm
to be
really, really
here.
so proud to
Yes.
to know you, to have you in
Thank
my
you.
corner.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for the opportunity.
So,
Yes,
would you still advise young people to still pursue medicine?
definitely. I think we can never have too many doctors.
Really?
As in Africa, we are
Hmm.
already disadvantaged. I don't know what the patient doctor ratio now is, but already we don't have enough. And so I would encourage more people to go into medicine. If possible, we should have more medical schools
Yeah,
coming up,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
to train
yeah,
doctors. Yes,
yeah,
we need more
yeah,
doctors. We need more
yeah,
doctors
yeah.
because the population is growing
Uh-huh. Oh, true,
and
true,
people are living longer.
true. Yeah.
People are living longer. People
Yeah.
are now living in their 80s,
Mhm,
90s,
mhm,
100s.
mhm,
So we need
mhm,
people to take care of
mhm,
all of those people too. And
mhm.
then we have, the extremes of life. You have people living longer, and then you have more preterms, and so people being given birth to
Yes,
because of
yes,
IVF and all these things. You have people being premature and all
yeah.
that. So you need people to take care of all these people.
I
Mhm.
used to think that we had too many doctors, but now that you're saying it,
And you
it's
know
like we didn't have
the
it.
lifestyle diseases now
Yes,
are
yes.
coming, the
So,
hypertension, the diabetes, and all
diabetes,
of that.
yes.
And so you need people to take
On
care of
ground.
all of us.
Wow, wow.
Mhm.
That's so amazing. So
Mm.
is it safe to call you a Niger babe?
Oh yes, yes.
I like the
Ah,
way you owned it. Oh
yes,
yes.
yes. My friends will attest to that. Yes,
What
my
are some of the things you do that still makes you Nigerian?
when I'm annoyed, it comes out.
I broken
Ah,
or what?
the way I, they're like, Madam's thing has come. Madam's Niger tea
Oh
has
my
come.
goodness. And I'm sure maybe because you are also married to a Nigerian, so
Mm-hmm.
it can't really leave you like that.
Like, no, we can't. When you get upset, then the
Eh.
all the refined this thing just goes. I like, what are you saying? What do you? And they're like, Madam's tea has come.
Wow, wow, wow. But do
Yes,
your children speak the your language?
my first daughter speaks my language.
Okay.
The
Fancy.
yes, more of the tree.
Tree, okay.
And then the other two, well, they will pick it in future.
How about your husband's language?
My husband, they pick a few things. I
Mm-hmm.
must admit, we haven't been too focused on that.
Mm.
Sometimes we say, oh, we are going to do it, and then sometimes we have a no English day. We used to have
Uh-huh.
a no
Oh,
English day.
nice. That's really
So
nice.
that, but you mean it gets so frustrating. I like, what are you saying? Then you start
I
doing
know.
sign language and things, and
Yeah.
then everybody like, this is too stressful. Bring me that,
I know.
bring me that cup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they try, and whenever they go home,
Mm-hmm.
um, my in-laws really also help. They put them through the
Oh,
language.
that's nice.
They
That's
put them through
nice.
the language. So a bit here and there.
Do you speak your husband's language?
Oh,
Or do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
Not completely, but
You can
I
get by.
I get by.
Me too.
Yes, we should have been more serious all this while, but it is what it
It is
is,
what it is,
and we
I
are here where
know.
we are. Yes,
I
yes,
like
yes.
that.
We are where we are.
I like that. What's
Yes.
your favorite Nigerian dish?
Oh, it will have to be the
Pounded yam with what?
pounded yam egusi or
Ah,
ogbono.
see, it's the powerful one you like. It's a
Oh, as
very
for I
powerful
like
one.
moi moi too. I like moi
Uh-huh.
moi too.
Okay, nice,
I like
nice,
moi moi
nice,
too.
nice,
I
nice.
think those are my favorites.
But did your mom used to make some of these Nigerian dishes at home?
No, no.
Strictly Ghanaian or English?
Strictly Ghanaian. She used to pound yam once in a while. Once in a while.
I heard there's
But
pounded fufu. Well, some people call it pounded fufu, but it's actually pounded yam in the north. That some people eat pounded yam in Ghana.
in
In the
Ghana,
north, yes.
yes,
In
yes,
Ghana.
that's true.
In
That's
Ghana.
true.
That's what I heard.
So that was it.
Uh,
Mm,
but mostly your Ghanaian. So that means you were still in touch with your roots.
yes,
Yeah. Did
yes,
you ever
because
come home in the 22 years?
yes, we came home a couple of
Oh,
times.
okay.
We met
That's nice.
cousins
That's
and
nice. Okay.
relatives and all of that. So we did keep in touch.
Okay.
We
Mm.
did, and my parents were very protective over
Mm-hmm.
us, and they always made us remember that we were Ghanaians, even though we're
I like
Nigeria.
that. I like that.
So we kind of had that very strong identity all through. And so I've never thought of myself as
Like
anything else.
anything else. But yeah, see Niger girl, a
Yes,
Niger woman.
yes. Niger wife,
Yeah, and you see,
our
oh, you
wife,
see our wife, you see, oh, you.
our wife. But growing up in the way I did
Mhm.
kind of made me see all human beings as the same. I don't
Mm,
really have those tribal or cultural
okay,
affiliations.
okay,
Yeah, I can
okay.
I think most of the people I work with, I've never asked them where they are
Where
from.
they're from.
It's
It
in
really doesn't matter.
conversation. It really doesn't matter.
Doesn't
As well
matter.
as your Homo sapiens.
Yes, so it doesn't
You are
matter.
fine. We
It
are good
doesn't
to go.
matter.
We are good to go.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
really look at people based on their culture, their tribe.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Juliana, for being
Yeah,
here with
welcome.
us. Any last words? Anything at
Oh,
all
last
to
words. Basically, Nigeria and Ghana, we have a lot in common.
yeah.
And culturally, historically, yes,
Mm-hmm,
our
mm-hmm,
ties go
mm-hmm,
back
mm-hmm.
hundreds, if not thousands of years. So we are basically one people.
Mm-hmm.
And more, I'm seeing that Africa, we are basically one people. We
Yes.
had these artificial boundaries put there
Boundaries, yes.
by our colonial masters, but
Mm-hmm.
we are basically
One,
one people.
one and the
And
same,
so
yes.
let's keep loving one another
Mm-hmm.
and wishing the best for one another, working
Mm-hmm.
together to build a
Mm-hmm.
stronger Africa. Yes, and let's also keep loving one another, loving God as well. We've never seen God, but if we don't love one another, we cannot say we love God.
Yes.
So we love God by loving one another. So
Yes.
those
Yes.
are my final words.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, Ma.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Please kindly do the needful, like, comments, subscribe, and come to Trust Hospital in case you don't have any hospital
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, come and how do you become a is it patient now?
Oh, just
Just
come. Just
uh-huh.
come.
Okay. So where are your branches?
We have 4 main hospitals
Okay.
here in Osu.
Okay.
And then we have, okay, so the hospitals, the main hospital,
Mm-hmm.
the specialist
Which is where
hospital, the
main
main
hospital.
hospital, Osu Oxford Street, opposite
Okay.
Goyle. We have the specialist hospital in Osu here at Kuku Hill. And then we have our mother and child hospital, also here in Osu, Troas Crescent. And then we have our premium center, which is also here in Ringway Estates
Okay.
in Osu. And then we have our clinics in Adenta, in Domi, Dansuman, Tema, and Sakumono. So you can visit us
Just
at
go
any
anywhere.
of our branches. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having
Thank
us.
you.
And
Thank you for the opportunity.
you're very welcome.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. I'll see
Yeah.
you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.